everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. Today I want to talk about the January sales, the Boxing Day sales, the after Christmas sales, whatever you call them. They seem to get earlier and earlier every year. We used to call them the January sales, but then the name sort of changed to the Boxing Day sales because of how early they started. And now it seems that even some stuff is going on sale even Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. And it really can be a difficult thing to avoid if, like myself, you've been a bit of a shopaholic at any point in your life. So I want to talk to you about a few things to consider before you spend your money in the, let's call them, after Christmas sales. So the first one is something that I am guilty of doing. I did this last December and January, and I really regretted it for the most part when it came round to this Christmas, and that is shopping for the next Christmas. So everything goes on sale, and so my thought process was, wow, I can save so much money on Christmas presents by buying them in the sale and then keeping them somewhere for next year. And in a way, that is true. It worked out, I think, quite well for me in terms of things like wrapping paper and tags and Christmas cards. Those things kept quite nicely until the next year, with one exception, and that was a Christmas card with a particular sort of family member name title on, so like grandma or, I don't know, sister or auntie or uncle or whatever it is. I had one that I bought that the person's, let's say, relationship status changed, and so I couldn't then use what it said on the card. But that aside, for those items it was great, I could use those, but I also fell into the trap of buying things I thought I could use as gifts, and mainly smaller things like stocking fillers, things like bath items, beauty items, just little knickknacks really, that personally within the last year I found that I don't enjoy myself, so I wouldn't particularly want to gift them to anyone else. But also I bought them because they were cheap and because I thought they'll be good for someone, but I didn't actually decide who that someone would be. So when it came round to Christmas and I had a look at all the bits and pieces that I bought last year to use for Christmas gifts and stocking fillers this year, I didn't know who to give them to because I hadn't thought it through enough, and I didn't want to just dump this item on somebody and not have it be a well thought out gift. I felt like if someone opened this gift, they wouldn't think, oh, Charlotte's thought about me, she's really put the time and effort into thinking about a gift I'd like. It did feel like it was just a little knick-knack that's been left over that sort of you can add to someone's gift bag or to someone's stocking, and I didn't want to do that, so I've not ended up using them because I didn't think it through. I didn't think about who would like those gifts. I simply bought them because it was cheap and I thought it would save me money next Christmas. And now I'm just going to end up donating them because I've not given them to anyone for Christmas, and it was a waste of money. But at the time I thought I'd be saving, but it turns out I spent money that I've now not been able to use. So my advice would be, do not start buying gifts in the after Christmas sales for next Christmas. You've also got the issue that you've then got to find somewhere to store them for a year, and if you're like me and you don't like clutter and you want to maximise your storage space and empty drawers are a good thing, then having to hold on to those things for a whole year is a bit of a pain. So my advice is just to avoid the after Christmas sales for next Christmas's shopping. My next point is, don't buy anything that isn't already on your wish list. We can easily fall into the trap of thinking we want something just because it's cheaper. And if it's not been on your wish list for weeks, months, even longer, then don't waste your money on it. Don't buy it. If it's not been on your wish list, there's probably a reason for that. Either you don't really need it that urgently, or you don't want it that badly. It's not going to bring you value. You might not have anywhere to store it. You might not use it for very long. You've not thought about how you're going to pass it on to its next home or how you're going to dispose of it responsibly once you're done. If it's not been on your wish list, you probably don't need it and you're probably going to regret buying it. So just avoid it completely. If it's not already on your wish list, you don't need it. Don't buy something just because it seems like a good deal. That's a really easy way to get sucked into spending money that ordinarily you wouldn't have spent. A lot of people think, well, it's such a good deal, I'm saving money. Well, no, you're not. You're spending money that you wouldn't have spent if that item was full price. So you're not saving money at all, you're still spending more than you would have. If you wouldn't have paid full price for that item because it's something you really, really want or need, then don't buy it because it seems like a good deal. My next one is don't buy something that your budget doesn't allow for. In the past, I have known people that have maxed out their credit cards in the after Christmas sales because they feel like that's an opportunity that they just can't miss. And let's say, for example, they're going to buy a coat in the January sales and the coat is half price, and they think, well, if I need a coat next winter, I've saved money because I've got it cheaper, and next winter I'll probably have to pay full price for it. But if you can't afford to buy it there and then in the first place, and you're having to put it on credit cards that you're then going to get yourself into debt with, you really shouldn't be buying it in the first place. Live within your means. Do what your budget allows you to do. Don't be sucked in by the fact that it's after Christmas sales, everything seems like a brilliant deal, and you're influenced into spending money that you probably shouldn't be spending if you can't afford to. And don't get me wrong, it's your money, spend it how you like, but just think sensibly, think about how this is going to affect you long term. In the coming months after the January sales, do you really want to be paying off that credit card debt? I know I wouldn't, and in fact, I'm going to be avoiding any after Christmas sales, full stop. This will be the first year I'm doing this, mainly because I'm being helped by the not great COVID situation that is in the UK at the moment. I won't be going out of my house for anything, let alone shopping, but I'm also going to avoid it online. Every year, for as long as I can remember sort of having my own money, I have gone to the Boxing Day sales. My sister and I have always done that, usually on Boxing Day. There was one year it was snowing, we still went, and we did end up spending a lot of money, and yes, it was a great time, but all of the things I've bought from those things I can't say were necessarily good purchases, sensible purchases, useful purchases, so I'm just going to be avoiding it this year. But yeah, really do stick within your budget, stick within your means, don't go mad. And my last pointer is just don't buy something because you've seen influencers using it and suddenly there's like a discount because it's after Christmas, or because it's popular, or because it's designer and now you're going to get it cheap and you think that'll make you look good. Don't buy it for what someone else has influenced you to do, or because you want to look a certain way. Buy something because you need it, because you actually want it, you're going to get loads of use out of it. Really, really think it through and don't be influenced into buying something. I think back to when the influencers I used to follow when I was a bit younger would bring out their own products at this time of year, and a lot of them were quite highly priced, so I would wait until the sales and then buy a whole bunch of their products, but half the time I wouldn't even use them all, I wouldn't enjoy them. Don't get sucked in to anything like that. If you're gonna buy something because you want it and you've wanted it for a while and you've thought it through and it's actually going to make you happy. And that's it. I'm going to keep it short and sweet in this one. I don't want to just ramble on about things. Just do be careful. Try not to get sucked into buying something that you won't enjoy long term. And if you do buy anything in the sales, make sure it's going to bring you happiness. It's going to be useful. You've got somewhere to store it. It's not going to clutter your space. You can afford to buy it, and you've thought about how you're going to get rid of it once you are finished with it. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on the after Christmas sales. Is there anything you've been waiting to get in the after Christmas sales and it's been on your wish list for a while? If so, let me know what that is. I'm really interested to know the sort of things that people have on their wish list that they haven't bought yet and they're waiting for the sales. And that's all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I really do wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Take care. Bye.